Hiya, I'm Eddie Ellwood. It's Xtreme Fitness, my crib, my chapel. I want to take you inside, show you around, show you the equipment, show you the gym. We've been here 4 years. We first built the place because we were renting a facility. It was cost us a fortune to rent, and we built this from ground up over, and it's worked out really well for us. We've put in a boxing ring, a cage. Everything in here is Xtreme. We've got strongman equipment outside for people who want to do strongman. So everything we want to do is Xtreme Fitness in here. Calf area, seated calf, got a standing calf, a donkey calf, pack calf. So there's 4 calf machines downstairs. Over this area over here we've got seated leg curl, lying leg curl, standing alternate leg curl. We've got a squat machine, a leg press, a hack squat. We've got lots of leg equipment because basically I was known for having good legs, and I like to see people with a good pair of wheels. Here we have some bags which go hand in hand with a cage and the ring for the guys who like to do the fighting. The gym was built from scratch, like I said. Equipment was purchased from China. I actually did the purchasing myself with 2 trips to China. Got the equipment made over there. A lot of it was altered for our own design, so we've got better movement on the machines. And being a bodybuilder and knowing how machines work, and the logistics of the machines, I had to alter a few machines to suit. We go down to the shoulder area, and the back area. We've got a shoulder press machine here, another shoulder press machine there. All the chest machines is over here, and a range of dumbbells. Go up to 55 kilo. A lot of lads have asked for heavier, but I don't think we really need heavier. You tend to see lads using 55 kilo plus in bad style. I'd rather see you use a lighter dumbbell in good style and work the muscle tissue, rather than pick big dumbbells up for ego boost. I like to think of our gym as a comfortable gym. We have a lot of varied type of fitness people here. We have strongmen, bodybuilders, different athletes from different sports, basketball players. We make their routines to suit. We try to give exercises and that to suit each individual. We've got a lot of equipment to work all the different muscle groups, and we make, like I say, routines which are sport specific. Not necessarily just for bodybuilders or strongmen. We've got the lads who fight in the cage. We've got people who just want to come and keep fit, who just want to be well-being, and we've got the people that just come for the social side, just for a bit of crack. At first look, looks like we've got 3 Smith machines, for each one of them are different. This one's a counterbalance Smith machine, so there's no real weight in the bar. A bit easier flowing. This is a Smith machine and a power rack, so you can squat inside there, and you've got this fail-safe stops there, or you can just use the Smith machine part of it here. I'm not too sure what the name is for this machine, but it's basically so it slides this way and up and down, so you can get a free squat in a natural position.
3D machine?
What's
3D?
I'm not too sure what they would call it.
3D, I think.
Smith 3D?
It's all one in Scotland. Yeah.
Okay.
Smith 3D now.
Call it what you will. We've got all our own discs made in China again, with Xtreme Fitness put into the plate. And we've got lots of plate, 25 kilo plate, we've got powerlifting plates, we've got lots of places because we've got a lot of free weight machines. That's basically our ground level where most of the heavy guys train, and then upstairs is more fitness. If you want to follow me upstairs, I'll show you the fitness training part of the gym. Up here we've got the cardio equipment, we've got the road treadmills, cross trainers, we've got one stepper here, and the bikes, recumbent and stationary bikes there. And what we did was, we thought for people who don't want to train with the heavy lads or the guys who train heavy, then we'll provide one piece of each equipment up here so they can train a full body up here, from calves through the chest, through the shoulders, through the arms. Right, these machines here are for more elderly people or people with problems. The machine actually moves electronically. We've got ab machines, leg machines, waist, chest. There's enough here to train your full body, but it's all work mechanically. And the machine, basically, you've got to go up against the machine's movements to get any sort of resistance. So you've got to resist the way the machine works, not just jump on the machine and let make you go to the machines. We built a balcony here also, so you could watch the fighting over the top, the cage fighting or the boxing. Gives a good view from this angle. We've got a few machines upstairs that we haven't duplicated downstairs because they're more fitness really. There's an ab machine here. There's a seated twist machine for the waist here, and a back extension machine there. It's just so the people who just want to train fitness have got a machine to do everything really. We've got a good range of barbells, fixed barbells with EZ bars and straight bars. These are all changing rooms. Lockers, keys are obtainable from reception, and you can't take your key away because basically you've got to hand a key in to get a locker key, otherwise people start using them as personal lockers. So there's always lockers available. Infrared sauna, very good for people trying to break the lactic acid down, because infrared rays penetrating 4 centimeters deep into the connective tissues will start the breaking down of the lactic acid and also repair of muscle tissue. These also burn up to 600 calories in a half-hour session. It's not like a conventional sauna. It's not uncomfortable. It's quite comfortable to actually sit in. The heat's quite nice, but you still got a good sweat on. There's 2 showers in each changing room here. We also have what everybody calls a heat box, but this is just a personal infrared sauna. So you can sit inside there, and you've got infrared rays which penetrate the back of your calves, in the front, and the back of your back, and it just keeps the heat in there enough to sweat, closes down around your head, it's not really claustrophobic, and for privacy, just close the curtain off. Well, that's it for upstairs. That's the cardio and all the fitness and everything else. Changing rooms you've seen. We want to head off back downstairs now, and we'll show you where we sell our merchandise. Right, this is our reception where we sell our merchandise, protein bars, a few cakes here and there. Pre-workout drinks, protein, supplements, chicken in the fridge, and this is where people come to. This is where the people first come in and first meet us as a team and start the membership basis. Well, that's my gym. Memberships start from, well, you can come and visit for £4 a visit. A weekly visit can be anywhere from £12, monthly £20. We do contract memberships as low as £12 a month. Feel free to come down anytime you want. You're welcome. It's a very, very easy going gym, and you'll find us all very, very comfortable to work with. You get good advice. What more can I say? One of the best gyms around. So feel free, come down. Free workout first time in. That's it from me.
Hi, John Hodgson here, Napa TV. I'm here in Hartlepool at Eddy Ellwood's gym, Xtreme Fitness, and we're about to do a workout with two brothers, Gary Ferguson and Elliot Ferguson. We're doing shoulders and triceps. Enjoy. It's an interesting one here because obviously Eddy was one of the biggest, strongest bodybuilders that in the history of British bodybuilding, bar none. What would be a typical shoulder workout for someone like yourself back in the day?
I was more of a free weight guy.
Yeah.
I used to start with standing shoulder press and do probably 150 kilo behind the neck for 6 to 8 reps.
How did your lower back go? How did you go on with your
I was
lower
always a
back?
strong deadlifter. So I had plenty of strength in my lower back.
So you made sure that everything was strengthened from the bottom upwards, really, yeah. 150 kilo.
I had some 175 kilo. Sorry, I had some 75 kilo dumbbell made for seated shoulder press. And I could fly with them too.
How many people can say that? I don't think we'll have anyone like that doing anything near like that today.
That's why I've got a new shoulder.
There you go. Don't do it, kids. We're quietly discussing in the background while they're warming up the shoulders, and it's really, really interesting what Eddie's just said. Actually, when I was saying that, I said, "What do you think about the full range of motion and all that?" And Eddie, so explain what you were just saying then to us.
I think to develop a full tissue, like you need to do a full range of movement. And I always used full range of movement to get the full muscle belly. But I think once you've got that full muscle belly and you've developed your physique to its full density, then you can get away with shorter movements and like short contracted movements.
And so I suppose in a way, if you look, that lends its way to a lot of the real big pros doing it, because everyone thinks, oh well, I'm going to do that from the beginning.
They copy what they see on the videotapes and on YouTube, and it's not necessarily so they've gained their physique that way.
Yeah, and really, because it throws me back. I remember being with Kerry and Kerry Kay's years and years back, and he said, it's all right doing that, but once you're at that stage, and he said basically what you just said, he said, once you've built it up, you build the muscle up, then you can get away with doing that. But before that, and that was right.
The other reason I say that they should do it is because so many people tear muscles nowadays because they're not used to taking the muscle through a full range.
Yeah.
You see young guys coming in and stopping that far short on the bench.
Yeah.
And I always say to them, no, do a full movement. Stretch the tendons and ligaments. Because one day, when your muscle's not used to it and you've got too much weight on the bar, it takes you past there, you're going to rip your peg off. Yeah.
I think that is sound, solid advice. I'm coming from one of the strongest in the game. Listen, folks, makes sense. mean, when you see the condition of Gary, you know, when you're at this stage, they're always bat smart. You know, you're not about building muscle at this stage of the game. You know, it's all about just getting blood into the area. Always back very, very smart when you're right on the edge and precipice of ready to step on stage. Good. Drive. There's another one, let's go. I'm with you. And drive. Yeah. Real slow. Good.
Just you're at risk of injuring yourself at this state when your body fat levels are low, you are low, your concentration's not 100%. You know what I mean? And that's when injuries come.
I try and make the most of it now at the beginning, because I'm all right now, and then as it goes on you start.
It's like you say, like I said before though, the heavy duty work you can get away with once you get to the 6 week, 5 week mark, you've really got to then switch it over.
I used to stop deadlifting 6 weeks out.
And we've repeated before, you know, the infamous, our famous Dorian Yates, I mean, where most of his injuries occurred right in the stage, because he'd never pulled back, and he always mentioned that's what, you know, he always regretted doing. So. When your hands are like that, you tend to shrug into it rather than use a lateral movement, so you target the outer head.
I'll give you a little spin and try.
Go on.
I'll give you a little spin.
There we go.
I didn't fuck my shoulder doing this.
I can't lift the dumbbell, but I'll show you.
If you take the dumbbell and bring it in that way in a plate, it keeps the tension on the outer delt all the time.
So they're in there.
So you bring it, obviously like I'm going to show you. So as it comes in, you bring it in that way, so the tension's still on the outer delt. And as you take it up, drop the thumb there. So the tension's
constantly. The dumbbell's hanging down.
So you like it's pouring, like you say,
So the tension's constantly on the outer delt, even as you fetch that in there, swing it in that way. Just have a one set.
Try it. Well, if you notice where your hand position as well is where your knuckle is, it's not like this, it's like you're up. You're not like that.
You just basically drop the thumb.
Maybe twist it a bit more at the bottom, you know, like that's it, and then keep that knuckle up and pour it. That's it.
You're going to try it wherever you can get there.
Well, that's a sort of movement.
Yeah, that's a movement.
Right
So,
around.
so you're there.
Fetch the place right into the front.
Yeah.
That's it.
I give you.
So you're coming from there.
So the tension's right at the bottom.
So you're there. So you're basically coming up and then, I know what you mean,
You look on, don't you?
But like say when when the weight goes up, you'll really start to feel like coming in.
I like doing those triple drops, so if you've got 3 lots of dumbbells,
bam, bam, bam.
10, just blows them up.
Right or wrong? what though? You can't feel it. Fucking hell, it's like digging in.
Nice variation. Yeah. Famously, you know, there are many ways in which to skin a cat. Yeah, we've seen
You just need
my
to get
HIT methods.
on the bottom bit to bring them back.
But Eddie in his day was 287 pounds of rock solid sheer muscle. So, man knows what he's talking about. So you don't go straight. You're basically going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, I think when you do a lat lift on the side of the legs there, you hear the tensions off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It only starts when you start pulling again. When you bring it to there, the tension's on the out of the delt all the time. And keep it on there, you know, so the full set you've got the tension.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
That's it, guys.
That's horrible. Every rep. I was expecting to get a bit light and he felt heavier. Let's go. They're bad. Really bad.
Go with them.
I would have given them an upright row as well, but obviously you start to finish a movement there, so just do some rear delts now.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you look at that though, that's a very simplified approach again. Press, shoulder press, a side lateral movement, and then it's reared up. Do you think a lot of the time? Sometimes you can go overboard with it. I mean, I like to do I do tend to do a side cable.
Get real with the fever on the dance floor.
Just it's just a good chance. One of my favourites. But it's like you say, you've got.
They've just had a drop
side,
set there. So really, like if you do some rear delts, I don't know how in the past, I tend to see a lot of people do them and they're more like a row.
Yeah.
So they're doing that movement.
Yeah, so it comes into your back.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
row. A rear delt should be a light dumbbell really, and it should be again same with the knuckle. Bring it forward towards the ears and tip the knuckle that way.
Yeah.
So you're pulling with the rear delt rather than the back.
Yeah.
Remember when we were doing the bent over, we did the bent over rows, and I said, whatever you do, don't pull it backwards, bring it up.
That's what
and
it is.
now it was
Bring it
forward
towards the ears
forward.
and tip the knuckle again.
And
A bit more forward. A bit more forward towards the ears. This way. Now from behind the leg, lift the elbow up towards the ears. That's better. Better. You can see your rear delts working there now.
Very good. Yeah. That's what I've been going on with them, because I've been pulling them back.
From the old side there, you rear delt is yeah. It's only a small muscle. You should still feel that one the way you don't need to use big weight to isolate that one small muscle on the back of the rear delt. Because it's only working that small, that one muscle.
Yeah.
You're not working all the other muscles.
It's like isolated on there, isn't
Well, you can see it working.
it? He almost needed to be forward though. I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
Can't keep it up.
No.
It's more pulling the elbow towards the ear
Yeah.
than yeah.
Form must always dictate, no matter what the principle is
At the
used.
end of the day, if you're a bodybuilder, you've got to sculpt with the muscle.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not about lifting weight. You can lift weight in any fashion.
Keep going. Why are you doing how many sets? 3, 4?
Feel like, yeah. Thing is now it's just a case of ticket to move, so to speak. You know what I mean? We're right. We've got like now Gary's
9 days.
well, yeah, 9 days, just over a week away from the England, so it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Gary's, you know that when you're that near, you're going 9 days and 10 hours and
Checking at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it.
Do a couple of two sets on the seating machine.
Yeah.
Just to finish them off.
This way you can really focus on the contraction as well, can't you? Even more. Yeah.
feel though. That movement with the dumbbells is dead weird. It's like a little movement, but it's fucking. Jesus Christ.
I always say to people though, everybody's built differently, and
You feel quite restricted though in that movement, don't you?
yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying. It feels awkward, but it hits that muscle where it needs to be hit. And everybody's built differently. And if you're not feeling a specific muscle that you should be training and working, then you need to hit it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Or you need to look from why it's not working, and work out how to make it work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's no good just doing the repetitions.
Considering that was like
That's
fucking,
it, you know.
a fucking 10 kilo dumbbell.
Yeah.
It's queer, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've done them where we've been bent over, using a little bit more momentum, but making sure, and a heavier weight, which is granted, you know, that's a little bit opposite to weight, but we've done that first. So there's a mixture. So again, it's a case of if you're not feeling the muscle that you're actually working, as Eddie's just rightly said, then you've got to identify what's going wrong. Are you positioning yourself wrong? Are you using too much weight? Whatever. There's always a reason.
You tend to see people with either big triceps and no chest, and they're using the triceps on bench press.
Triceps, shoulders tend to,
So you've got to isolate the chest and show them where to isolate the chest to make the chest work.
What would you say on that? What would you recommend?
You know what I think it is when people have got big triceps and chest. What's happening is the elbows is coming in, and they're doing a push press. That way, it's like a tricep press, where to make the chest work, you need to drop the elbows back so you can feel the pecs stretch and use the pecs to push.
You also think about when just coming back to that. I know we're sort of in the middle of a workout, but you know, when you were saying about isolating the chest and that, what are your views to pre-exhausting, especially if someone's got a weak, you know, like as in a fly movement or
I will start with basic movements and finish. But again, my bodybuilders, I don't think need to do decline press, that type of movement. I think the heavier they make the pec down there, you get more loose skin, more hang. I think most of the bodybuilding movement should be all incline pec to keep that depth up here, you know. And anybody suffering with a hangy, saggy chest, a simple cosmetic procedure would be to pull the skin up. The only way to pull the skin up would be to put something underneath up at the top. I would do decline in the last few weeks. Not decline, it's more of a around the world movement to feel the lower part of the pec, just tighten it in. But I wouldn't do it as a building movement. I do all my building work for the thickness, to give the thickness in the rib cage and the thickness and the illusion of having that depth up here.
There you go.
What was you saying before about hand position on bench? Instead of doing that,
you need your elbows high to feel the chest stretch, push, you know. So if you're not feeling your chest work and you're feeling your shoulders and delts, you need to position your elbows higher, you know, and not let them come in, and be conscious of them not coming in. You know, because as soon as your
keep yourself like that, basically.
So as soon as your elbows start coming in, you push with your triceps.
Right.
You know, as soon as you've got your elbows high, you want to feel your chest stretch, and you only work your chest. You don't have to be lifting heavy. You know what I mean? Just work the chest. You know?
We've hit
every
triceps. Exactly. I was going to say
some triceps.
Triceps now, because obviously if you think about every head, the deltoids has been worked. So
do you want to do some close grip bench for your triceps? And then finish off with some Silk 30 tricep push downs.
it's actually nice to see a totally different view. As I say, you know, I mean, I have my methods of hit, Dorian and all of us, you know what I mean, and there are loads of, but listen, Eddie was 287 pounds in his day, so it goes to prove there are many different ways in which to skin a cat. So hope you're taking a lot of good advice and benefit from this one.
Set the bench up. Keep the elbows at the side, so you're only pressing, letting that coming down from there. So you know, hand position over there. So it's coming back and dropping into there. And you only push with
elbows tight on this. Like that.
Keep the elbows in. Conscious of your elbows wandering away, try and keep them in as much as you can.
On the tight end.
All tricep, keep the elbows in so you can feel the tricep. That's what's happening on bench press when you actually feel your triceps working, your elbows are starting to wander in.
I know I'm doing that.
I suppose in a way it's the ego thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you can obviously generate more power and handle more weight.
The bigger muscles are going to take over if you've been used to that way of training.
I think, like you say,
It's like when you see people squat with big fat asses.
I've got a
The
big
bigger
fat
muscles.
ass.
No, but the bigger muscles. I don't think anybody should start bodybuilding with a squat.
Yeah.
Because the bigger muscles are going to take over straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
And your ass is going to grow bigger than your legs.
Yeah.
I think you should isolate yourself on machines
Yeah.
and grow your quads till your quads are big enough to take over the backside.
Well,
You
you know
So
what?
then you've
It's
got that.
it's a fair point because I'm famous for my big backside, and I was a squat monster in the early days. I built big legs, but still got the booty to roll with it.
But that, he wants to drive the elbows out, doesn't it?
Yeah, you just got to be conscious to keep them in. Excellent, that like.
It's like they come in tight, on the top, and then
And the thing is, like it says, you have to be so aware and conscious of what you're doing.
you've got to get it into your head to keep your arms in. That's what you've got to do.
That's the way
Because you're wanting
bodybuilders
to
should
come.
think always.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bodybuilders should be thinking, if your muscles don't work, why? You've got to be my conscience has got to be in line with your muscle.
Yeah,
That's right.
muscle man connection, and it's the old cliche.
All right.
Well, the people who just come in the gym and just do reps and weight and sets,
Yeah.
just are not going to gain that muscle because they're not putting the mind to the muscle, like you said.
Stick to that, go up all that, stick to that.
Maybe just put another 5 on.
So you're not going to keep lying. And start eating properly. Jesus.
Nice movement.
It's like it's compressing here and then you.
A lot of people do the close grip bench, like you say, let the elbows wander out and they end up working chest more than they are triceps.
I used to do the flat, as I said. I've done it as well. I've done the flat where you do close grip bench, and it was either a case of sometimes I do that or I do the skull crushers, you know. but it's quite an interesting one that you got the incline again a little bit more.
Put a slight incline on because it does take the tension off. You know, I think if you've got it flat, you tend to get a bit too much compression on the elbows.
What's the next one now? What are we about to do?
Triceps at the 30s.
Super 30s.
Yeah. It's 30 rep tricep.
There we go. Gentlemen, if you please.
You follow me a bit more down. Yeah. Arms back. That's it. Down. That's it.
Can you just explain to us this movement?
That's all they're doing is going keep the tricep locked at the top without the shoulders wandering, and they're coming halfway down and back up so the triceps getting full contraction, and a full contraction, contracting at the top, and then from the halfway point he's going to do 10 to the bottom, halfway back up, and then to finish 10 full repetitions.
Jesus. Lots of F's today, isn't it?
Well, they're like fucking horrible.
Swollen. A bit swollen then, man.
No, down. Excellent, that.
Did you really focus on this?
I'll try on. As soon as you pick it up, every rep, just that arm movement, you're like, you want to do the full movement. Yeah, that's like you get to that point, you're having to hold the tricep in that position where it's going to shake. And
You know which one's actually the worst one?
the half and the bottom.
You just said exactly that. You said
The full reps, full reps is a relief after doing them.
No, you know it is. It starts kicking in faster.
Yeah.
That was the fucking worst one. That was the worst one.
What gets worse?
Fucking hell.
You try and speed up to get away.
floor.
Well, I must admit, I'll give that a whirl when I'm doing the finishing off bit, you know what I mean? I'll just say, okay, that's a little bit of inflamed pump here, shall we? What's good there, Gary, as well, is that everything's concise. So I hope people are really taking note, because very, very controlled through the negative, you know, through the positive as well. Really make the muscle fire from start to finish.
Pick it up. Every rep you do, innit, then.
But it's important. I mean, you're showing the viewers exactly a very precise, controlled movement.
I think driving and tearing just takes it away, doesn't it? That's on in it all the time.
Eddy's just saying that it's not about just the weight, just throwing it about. It's about the bodybuilding, the sculpting.
It's hard to get out of your head, though.
Even off season.
Even off season, I totally agree with you. It's all about form.
I said to you at the beginning, no, I've trained like that all the time, not like this.
Yeah.
Fucking just
Together.
loading and loading and loading.
Get that ego out of your head, and start putting your mind into muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, you've gained what God knows, like you have already. Can you imagine what you can do if you start concentrating on everything you do?
Yeah, that'll make a big difference.
We've got to refine the monster.
Yeah.
You can, and by being a bit more attentive to detail, you'll go into another realm of explosive growth, without a doubt.
But even little movements like the chest crack and stuff like that, that's got to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because I think for years I've been fucking doing that.
Yeah.
And then they've been taking over, and that's been taken over.
Yeah, but if you're the biggest in the gym, you've got nobody to advise you. You know what I mean? Then there's nobody looking at you saying your triceps is doing the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're the only one in that gym with the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know? So you need somebody to look at you, not be with you. You know?
Yeah, that's right, that.
It's we can all look at somebody else and see you're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
But you know, doing it yourself, you need somebody else to look at you and say, try it this way, try it that way.
And you're batting at the same thing all the time, aren't you?
Like I said before, if you're not feeling it, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes you're still fucking doing it, you're not feeling it.
Doing
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you're doing it because you think it's right.
Put some more weight
Yeah,
on
yeah.
you, or do you want to leave it as it is?
Sleep. Yeah.
Play it safe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just we're at that stage now where you remember, just nice control.
If you have to lift a weight to make your muscle respond, then you're more at a disadvantage to joint injury and everything else. You know, if you can lift a lighter weight and still grow, that's where you want to be.
I know you're saying you make the muscle work as best as possible.
I had strong ligaments and tendon strength, and I needed to override that strength to get me muscle to work.
Yeah.
That's where strength is.
Yeah.
You want to be the other way around, where your muscle takes over before the ligaments and tendons. You know,
Because that's what the
and you grow with lightweight rather than having to push through the ligament and tendon strength to get your muscles firing up.
Shifting as heavily as I can, but with form, because I feel like I've got it. It's a challenge. You know what you mean?
I think the idea is to get this sort of training, just keep slightly increasing.
Increasing weight.
Yeah. That's the idea, isn't it?
Well, that's the term progressive overload. Hence, what you progress over a period of time. That's progressive overload. So that, you know, where some people get carried away, they'll put on, say, 20 kilos. Right? No, you know, that's smart. Use the small. That's why you have the small the weights. 5s, 10s, even the 2.5s, small increments over a period of time.
Yeah.
If you keep adding that up, where will you be 12 months down the line?
Yeah. Just,
Where everybody lifts weights to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically, there's not that many good bodybuilders in big gyms like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of good lifters, not good bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You know, good bodybuilders come from gyms with good insight and knowledge into how the body works.
Yeah.
My biggest hate is watching people leg pressing and doing partial loads of huge weights on. And you're looking at the videos they're putting on Facebook, and they've got this mountains of weight on, and the knees wrapped up to hell, and they've got no legs. You know what I mean? Obviously not working any muscle.
It's everywhere, that, isn't it? I mean, again, with social media, it only opens you up to ridicule, doesn't it? People think it looks clever.
You feel like responding, but you're all back to it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but this is why we're, you know, what we're doing here with Napa is to really bring this to light. Proactive. Like I say, with yourselves and other people, you know, we're going to highlight.
It also eliminates the myths that we train that way.
Well,
yeah. You know. Yes, I've been involved in strongman, and that's my training from strongman to bodybuilding. It was a totally like turn of events. You know, it was like
one extreme to
another. When I started, everything I done was like you've been doing today, slow and concise and contracted, and make sure I feel the muscle work and warm up, a bit more weight. That's the way your bodybuilder should train. I got it to strongman, for instance, same exercise, hammer curl. It's done like that, right? Not like that, okay? But for strongman, I would hammer curl like that because I'm trying to get the log up. It's a simulation of chucking a log up, you know? So for me, I would pick big dumbbells up and I'd be giving it out of the gym to help me with my log lift, you know?
Was it, when you're saying this, when you actually made that transition, how did you get your head around that? Seriously?
I had to. Just had to.
I mean, was it difficult?
I was always a strong bodybuilder. I was a 400 kilo deadlifter before I started strongman. You know what I mean? So I did 410 kilo in the gym without a power suit.
Wow.
You know? It's disgusting. And so I was always a strong bodybuilder. I could do like, I used to incline bench with 5 plates, 6 reps, take it off myself, no spotter, right down into the neck, put it back in the rack myself.
So I mean, as I said, Eddy is genuinely one of probably the top 2 bodybuilders of all time, and I can't think of Gary's surname who was in the strongman as well. But there's no one I know that was as strong as these two. I mean, these are ridiculous poundages.
Yeah, well, that's why I've got a knack. No, it's not why I've got a knack. Sure, that came from strongman. That was doing crazy stuff. But what I was saying about the ligament and tendon strength, I had to do them sort of type of lifting to get my muscle to work. You know, and they were working sets, 6 reps with 5 plates off the rack. Another one I could do, and it was always a warm up for me. I'd do 2 plates on a bench, warm up set, and I'd put 4 plates on for me proper warm up set. But that was always a challenge to me, right? And I would say how many reps I could do with 4 plates. Controlled reps, fast but controlled. I could do 20 reps with 4 plates. Freaky as fuck.
Oh, bloody hell. Drag you around.
Love that as the next Napa challenge. 4 plates aside. How many reps?
Only Eddy, innit?
Give it a couple of trips to McDonald's first.
So that will be the last workout that you'll be doing before, you know, that the viewers will see you.
Yeah.
So we've got 9 days to go till the England. I hope that you've all learned and taken something from the legend himself, Mr. Eddy Ellwood. Gentleman and an absolute legend. So take heed, take on board, watch, share, rewind, watch again, and train smart, train hard, and grow. If you'd like to call out the compulsories as it will be.
Double bicep.
Lat spread. Any side chest. Side tricep. Turn at the rear. Little bicep, short hamstring and calf. Lat spread. Turn face the mirror, abdominals and thigh. Most muscular.
John Hodgson here for Napa TV. We're here in Hartlepool at Xtreme Fitness, the home to the one and only bodybuilding legend, Eddy Ellwood. Eddy, pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be with you, John.
What this gentleman has not achieved in the game isn't worth mentioning, but to pass the buck, shall we say. I mean, I'm going to quickly go through amateur boxer,
Yeah.
bodybuilder, strongman,
Strong man.
and now vice chairman of Napa organisation.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you run us through seriously how everything unfolded?
I started boxing at the age of, well, I learned to use my hands at an early age. And my father took me to the local boxing gym, and I started boxing at the age of 12 till I was 19. At the age of 19, I was light heavyweight, really thin kid, and went to the area ABAs to qualify to go to the next rounds. Yeah. So I turned up at the area ABAs about 10 minutes before the last weigh-in, and I was £2 over, so I had to fight heavyweights, and really I was only a light heavyweight, so my coach, we haven't got time to take it off, so we'll just fight the heavyweights. And I got through at the final of the area ABAs, and I boxed a guy called Manny Burgo, who was he boxed for England at the time as heavyweight,
Right.
in our area final.
Yeah.
And he beat me by majority, which was only 2 votes to 1. He thought at the time that I'd beat him, but I would accept the fact that I wasn't a true heavyweight. So I came away from that and I thought, you know, it's time to become a true heavyweight. I'm going to have to hit the gym.
Yeah.
So under my father's guidance, because my father had been involved with physical culture all his life, or most of his life, I started weight training. And lo and behold, 6 months into the weight training, I thought I'll pick a bodybuilding show, because I'll gain good weight. You know,
Right.
if
Oh,
I
right.
pick a bodybuilding show to diet for, get ready for, then I'm going to gain good muscular weight rather than just pile the weight on.
So you was incorporating the bodybuilding to compete to further
to go back to boxing.
to boxing, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I thought, as soon as I become a heavyweight, I'll go back to boxing. My first bodybuilding show was the Junior Mr. British Isles in 1984. I won that show, and I got the bug for being on stage, and I just thought, I'll just give one more show a go, gain a little bit more weight, and then things snowball.
Yeah. So did you go back to the ring at all at any stage?
No, I didn't. I got the offer to,
Yeah.
on a few occasions, but never did. No.
Do you ever sort of look back and wish you had?
We all have different roads we could have took in life,
Yep.
and it's a road at the time. I don't know if you remember when Bruno was fighting.
I was a massive Bruno fan. I used to have a big poster above my bed.
They were looking for white. They were looking for white heavyweights,
Right.
Because there was no white heavyweights about.
Yep.
The best white heavyweight they had was the last white heavyweight was Jerry Cooney.
Yeah, it was one.
you know,
Yeah.
it was,
Joe Bugner, Jerry Cooney.
yeah,
Yeah,
there was nothing really about. So there was a lot of people interested because I was muscularly quite big and I could use my hands. you
Yeah.
know.
How did it unfold and pan out then
Well,
to your next show?
I did the Junior British Isles in the October, and the following year in April would be the Junior North Britain for the Napa Britain finals in May.
Right.
The Junior North Britain was then in April, and the junior regulation for being a junior is 20 or under on January the 1st,
Right.
which can't make any more than 21 that year.
Yeah.
So that was my age. I was 20 on January the 1st. I wasn't 21 till the March. But people had started spreading rumours that I was too old. So I didn't know this,
Right.
but I turned up at the Napa North Britain
Yeah.
as a junior, went to sign in, and I signed in. I put my birth date down, and my
Yeah.
age was 21. And they said, "You're too old, you're 21. I said, no, I was 20 on January the 1st, and they wouldn't have it.
Really?
No. Made me do on the novices. Broke me heart because I wanted to be a junior that year. But I went on in the novices, which was a good thing really,
Yeah.
because it just made me more determined and chased me that much quicker.
Yeah.
Ended up going to, if you look at it, it was within 10-month training, I was in the Novice Britain finals.
Right.
I got second at the North Britain, went to Britain finals, I got fifth at the Britain finals in my first 10 months of training, so it really kicked me ass. And the following year, I came back as a tall class and got fifth in my first tall class Britain.
Yeah.
The following year, I came back and got second at the tall class Britain to Basil Francis, who won everything that
Oh
year.
yeah, I remember Basil.
And the following year, I won the Britain and overall Britain.
So what year was that? Did you win the overall?
89, I won the overall Britain.
Was that the EFBB or the Napa Britain that you're on about?
The Napa Britain.
Napa Britain.
But the story behind me, actually, it was my first year with the EFBB.
Yeah, yeah.
It was 1989 too, because although Napa's never banned anybody,
Yeah.
I sort of looked into another federation, which was WABA, just coming into the country at the time.
Right, okay.
And it was supposedly for bodybuilders, by bodybuilders,
Yeah.
all the usual spiel.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get involved because I thought, it's about time some young blood went into competing and
Yeah.
making a federation work.
Yeah.
But at the time, I used to have big support with Napa. If I went to a bodybuilding show, I could take 80 people. I could sell 80 tickets or 100 tickets from me gym. We went to Blackpool to the finals, and we'd take 2 busloads of people, and other people from around would buy tickets. So we sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
And I think they got wary if I was going to go to WABA, that they were going to lose a lot of support. So because I'd done a guest spot for WABA, and this is true,
Yeah.
they banned me. I'd already qualified for the Britain. I was the first ever person to be banned by Napa.
Wow.
And I wasn't going to take it lightly. So at the time I was unemployed, I sought legal aid and got a barrister in Leeds, and I still had to continue training for the finals, even though I didn't know whether I was going to get to compete, and still have the court case going on.
Right.
So believe it or not, I was in court the eve of the Napa Britain finals. And because Napa didn't send any representation, because all their officials
Yeah.
were at the finals at Blackpool, I ended up being at the court on my own.
Wow.
So the judge decided, because I had turned up and they hadn't sent no representation, that he was going to grant me an injunction to compete. So I was going with a smile on my face, and I had a busload of people waiting back at my gym, not knowing whether we were going to Blackpool to compete or not. But I said, whether I get to compete or not, I'm going to Blackpool and I'm getting on that stage.
Yep.
Because if they weren't going to let me compete, I was going to get changed in the toilets downstairs and get on stage anyway. I was in shape, just to show the audience that I was there and I would have done well. So and I knew I had to be in the best shape of my life at the time to actually do anything, because I would have had all these people against me.
Yeah.
Anyway, got to Blackpool on the eve of the Britain. Friday night, everybody gets a buzz at Blackpool. They were wandering around the...
Was it Windsor? Is it the Windsor Gardens? Yeah.
Everybody's wandering around the seafront in the bars.
Yep.
And the guy who went to serve the injunction comes back to our hotel and said, this injunction I can't serve to anybody. And it was supposed to be served at the Claremont Hotel to either Oscar Heidenstam or one of the big IAMs, Ivan Dunbar or somebody like that at the time. Anyway, none of them would accept this injunction. So he said, can somebody please come along with me and point out who these people are to serve them to? So my brother went along. Yeah, that's Oscar, that's such and such. So they all got served with the injunction. I was competing.
So you must have been flavour of the day then,
I was definitely flavour of the day. So I gets to the Winter Gardens the next year, and I'm feeling cool. You know, I'm feeling cool because I'm competing. I've shoved one up them by... That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the Winter Gardens, and the Scottish representative come up and he was a friend of mine. All right, Eddie, how you doing? I said, I'm all right. What you doing here today? I said, I'm competing. And he looked at me with such shock, and he went, oh, but you're not. And he off. And
really?
So then I'm sat in the audience. After checking in, I'm sat in the audience, and I get a call from backstage from the chairman at the time. I won't mention anybody's names.
Yeah.
Could Eddie Ellwood please come backstage? So I goes backstage, and the chairman at the time said, I'm sorry, Eddie, but you're not competing today. I said, oh, but I am. I've got an injunction. It's been served. No, we've just getting another injunction to overrule your injunction at the High Court in London today. I thought that's a big bluff. If ever anybody asks, that would be a big bluff.
Yeah.
So I said, well, serve at me then. We don't have to. I said, you have to serve an injunction for it to stand. Serve at me it. No, we don't have to. I said, well, I'm getting on that stage. If you don't serve me an injunction, I'm getting on that stage. So I came back, and I get another call. Could Eddie Ellwood please come backstage? So I asked my father. I says, Father, will you come out with me to witness what's going on here, you know? So he goes backstage, the same's getting said. Judge Papadopoulos, I even remember the name, it sounded silly. Judge Papadopoulos from the High Court London. From the High Court London has an injunction to stop you competing today. Again, serve me it.
Yep.
No, I'm getting on stage. I got on stage that day, won my class, won the overall. I was flabbergasted.
Absolutely you would have thought they'd all guns out to be against you.
Do you know what it was? It was because not all Napa officials do the judging. It's guys from the areas. That are judges that were judging. And you know something, I had a lot of support from these guys for actually standing up. So, and I didn't realise that till afterwards. Right. Terry Phillips, he even said you're doing well, and I was gunning for you today. You know, he says, I'm glad you won. He says, and it's not, you know, you deserve to win. But then I gets home from the competition buzzing, and I got a phone call off a South East rep, and he said, you do realise you're never ever going to do anything with Napa ever again. And I said, I beg your pardon. He says, well, you're not going to get judged, are you? I said, are you telling me as a judge that you would not judge me fairly being on stage? No, I wouldn't judge you. I said, then you shouldn't be a judge. And I just realised at that time that it was time to go.
So this was how you moved?
That was how I moved. Otherwise, I could have had a few amateur universe titles too.
Right, so that really, I never even had an inkling of that. That's really amazing. So from that situation then that you then took the leap to the EFBB?
Took the leap to the EFBB. It was the same year. I won the Britain in the May and compete. It's October, November.
So the Britain's in the October. Yeah, October.
So it was down at Wembley. And I competed against Ian Harrison. And Gary. I keep forgetting his name.
You know what? I'm trying to think of his name. Oh, you know what? I know the strong man. I know, you know, we apologise, Gary.
Apologise, Gary.
But I know you mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I ended up getting third.
Yep.
So
Who won it? Was it
Ian Harrison?
Ian Harrison won it
I mean,
that
he was
year,
just
yeah.
out the juniors. He was fantastic.
He was a
absolute
freak.
fantastic. So I come back from that and I thought, well, now I've got to train another year to compete again. So the second year, I went to a show in Nottingham to compete, to qualify.
Yeah.
And Peter Chapman, I don't know if you remember Peter, he actually moved to the States. Peter Chapman and Linky Wilson were competing in the Nottingham qualifier.
Yep.
And I ended up getting third and they didn't give me a qualify.
No.
So my dad said, you've burnt yourself out, you've done too much, you want to leave it alone for the year, go again next year. I went, nope, that's just fire to me, you know.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm doing this year. I'll qualify at the north area.
Yeah.
I'll just get better, and it's whoever turns best. And my attitude was, it's whoever turns best on the day.
Yeah.
Whoever turns up best on the day is going to win. I might not have turned up best here, but I'm going to get it better for the end of the year. So I went to the northern qualifier. Unfortunately, I was the only one there as a heavyweight, so that had to qualify me. I was in good condition though. I qualified and going to the Britain finals. Lo and behold, no, it wasn't that year actually, it was the second year. That was the third year, sorry. And I ended up winning in my third year. My second year I had a bit of a mishap. Right. My second year I competed against, minds are going on our old age.
See, Father Time's catching up with us both. We'll get there, just bear with us.
Both of us.
What year was this?
Mick Theo.
Mick Theo from down London.
Yes,
yeah.
Mick Theo ended up winning the year I got second. But, to be truthful, that was the first year I depleted water.
Right.
And I'd never ever experienced anything like that. I was walking around Wembley Market feeling pains in my kidneys.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise those pains, I was just getting backache and I was thinking, what's going on here?
So when you said you depleted water, how long did you
I'd gone from
stop?
the night before, but
Right.
because I was taking so much carbs in,
Right.
my body was just dehydrating from inside out.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise the effects till afterwards,
Yeah.
that it was my kidneys that were dehydrated, my lungs were dehydrated. I got on stage, I couldn't get a pump.
Yeah.
I felt asthmatic because my lungs were drying out. Felt asthmatic. I come off stage and I said, I know I need some electrolytes, I need water, I need fluids. And I came off stage and I must have drank a gallon I went to the nearest health food stall and must have drank a gallon of electrolyte drinks.
Really?
I had 2 tubs of about 2 litre ice cream. Never once did I go to the toilet before going back on stage in the night and look at a different person in the night. And people were saying, how was Mick beat Eddy today?
Yeah,
it was
so it's like the judging was done then, and then at the evening it was like, oh my God.
Too much of a, but that was a lesson learned for the following year. And then the following year, like I say, I went through all that, not qualifying, and then qualifying through the northern area. Got to the finals, and it was the best finals I could have won in really, because I had Basil Francis there, Inky Wilson there.
And that, what year was that?
That was 91.
91, yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
91. 92 was my first pro show.
That's right, because 92 JD won.
Yeah,
that's right. I remember that. So what was your very first? So in 91, and you've won the overall EFBB Britain. Yeah. You've now turned pro. So what was your very first pro show?
Arnold Classic.
Arnold Classic.
And believe it or not, I was surprised I got in. I got in through. Names are going.
Was the invite? Was it from someone in the States?
No, it was over here.
It was
over here. It was
Julie.
2 seconds. She was from Bodybuilding Monthly. She had the magazine.
She was a woman, a lady. Diane Bennett. Yeah.
Diane Bennett had seen us at an Irish show. She'd seen us do another show, and she says, "What's your plans next?" I said, "I would like to do a pro show. I would like to do the Arnold Classic, but I don't think I'll get the opportunity." She said, "I'll sort that out for you," because she knows Arnold.
Arnold, exactly, yeah.
So the next thing I know, I'm getting a call from Arnold's right-hand man, asking for me details.
Jim Lorimer, yeah.
So all my details were sent. I did the Arnold Classic, and I shared a dressing room with Rick Gaspari and Bertel Fox, and it was an amazing experience. But again, it's one of them things where you're a pro on a stage where you're not going to get looked at, you know. And you're just like,
how many was actually in it? It was
20. Only allowed 20 competitors.
But the big names are already established, aren't they?
Yeah, the big names are already established. You're not going to get a look at. Yep. So it was hard to make the grade, but that was probably the worst thing I'd done. Really, is getting in the back door, and I didn't realise.
Right. What was you weighing in when you actually won the Britain?
When I won the Britain, I think it was about 18.6.
And what about your first pro show?
My first pro show.
How long was it after winning?
No, sorry, I was 18.4 when I won the British.
Yeah.
In October, and in the February I competed 18.10.
Right. So you gained a little bit for that. Yeah. So did you enjoy the experience, or did
I enjoyed the experience, but it was Wayne D'Amelia.
Oh yeah.
Wayne took an instant dislike to me, and I hadn't got a clue why. I mean, he might.
Really?
I don't know what the reasons were, but I always had problems getting my arms up.
Right.
And I would have said, if anything, obviously people knew I had weak arms compared to wrestlers, but it was only because everything else was strong.
Yeah.
You know, so it was hard to get my arms up to match the rest of my physique.
Right.
And after the Arnold Classic, I got a phone call off Wayne D'Amelia, and the phone call said, he said, and this was all the phone call was about was, hello, can I speak to Eddy? So my father passes on to Wayne. Wayne, when you're on the phone, I'm excited. I'm thinking, like, what he's phoning for.
Yeah.
And the phone call was, Eddy, you're not going to do anything with IFBB. I'm thinking, like, what's this all about? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because you got no arms. And I'm thinking, like, but that's all the phone call was about. It wasn't get yourself a pair of arms.
Yeah.
You know, you're a rookie. You're not quite there. Get yourself a pair of arms, and you might do something.
You'd expect, wouldn't you, say, listen, exactly, try and boost your confidence. Look, you've got a great body, but you need to bring your arms up.
Just try to cut my legs from beneath us.
Wow.
And from then on, I just got negativity from him. He phoned me up at home. I was supposed to be doing his pro show. I even said I would go and pay my own way.
Yeah.
So I went to do the New York Night of the Champions.
That's right, in the Beacon Theatre, wasn't it? Yeah.
And paid my own way across there. Because he'd rang home and he'd said, he spoke to my wife at the time, and she says he'd asked where I was at, and I was at work. At work? As if I shouldn't have to work, you know? So she says, yeah, he has to work to support his passion, you know? So anyway, I did the Arnold Classic, I did the Niagara Falls Pro Show, did the Chicago Pro Show. I did every pro show I could and spent my own money doing it, trying to prove I was passionate and I wanted to do it. And I would prove to them that I'm eligible.
Yeah.
And I was coming home to England, people were saying, how did you do? Oh, well, I didn't quite get there, you know. Not even top 15 or top 20 in some of them.
Yeah.
So, better luck next time. People didn't know the politics side of things and how things work. So you couldn't explain it to them, you know. So anyway.
Because you was one of the biggest men, actually, on the stage at the time.
That was coming towards the end of my career.
Yeah.
But, like, when I look back, I wasn't right at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't at my biggest or my best. But I still thought I was deserving of maybe 15 and between 15 and 10 or something. Just breaking the 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not getting looked at.
Yeah.
You know, so I was trying to be realistic about it.
Right.
So I thought, well, the only thing I can do is do the English Grand Prix and let the English public see that I am getting the piss took out of me a bit.
Yeah, well,
you know
I was at one. Was it? Which was? Oh, there was one.
Well, we were both at Nottingham.
Not what year was that? 96.
96, and I did 97 as well.
I remember them, and I'm thinking, what the hell? You look superb.
One of them, I thought I might have gotten a fifth actually, and I got 7. You know, but that was the only placing I've ever had, and it was only because I was on English soil. Yeah. You know, and I believe that to be true.
Right. And was that the last time you actually?
I competed in 97.
Yeah.
And I said to my family and friends, whichever way this goes, even if the place is top 6, because of what I'd gone through, I'm going back to Napa.
Right.
I said, because it's not about money.
Yeah.
It's about the passion for the sport.
Yeah.
And being able to compete and smile.
Yeah.
You know,
and
like,
you wasn't enjoying it then.
I was down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I knew the negativity was causing me not to grow. You know?
I always remember Milos saying to me, and there was a time where we were at the Toronto Pro, my very first pro show overseas, and something happened on stage where I'm going, and one of the guys got a call out, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? And I could see what was, you know, even then there was a little bit hard to put with, and you sort of had to, you know. And it's, you know, really, the thing is that what Milos said to me, he said, look, John, remember one thing, you do this, and you do this sport, or you do your training to look at where you do it for you. But you've got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always remember that.
And that's
so
all I wanted.
Yeah.
That's
I always
all I ever
remember
wanted. And that's all I was doing it for. Obviously, you want to succeed.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to get on the Olympia stage.
Yep.
And I just knew I had to be realistic. And I just said, if they're not going to allow us, for whatever reason, I've got to get out and enjoy doing something or trying to achieve something I can achieve. So that I'll go back. This 97 English Grand Prix, and then a week later was the Universe, and I asked if I could do it. I said yes, came in. Sean Davis won it that year.
Was that the Pro Universe?
Pro Universe.
Yeah.
Sean Davis won. And trying to think of his name, the late this top American guy got second, and I ended up getting a fourth. No, sorry, he was third.
Yeah.
I tell you, he was second. He was top IFBB Pro trains in Thailand. Vince.
I think, Dennis James.
Dennis James.
Yeah. Dennis James. Well, he's not in Thailand now, but he was.
Dennis James was second.
That's right. Yeah.
The American guy was third, and I got a fourth. But I knew I didn't deserve a fourth. I just thought I'll accept that. Next year I'm capable of winning this.
Yeah.
So obviously I spent a year with a smile on my face, knowing I could come back and do all right at this competition.
Yeah.
And looked forward to the following year. And that's all I wanted to do was the following year. Didn't want to compete twice a year, whatever. Yeah. But I did. I ended up doing Jim Charles's Pro-Am shows just to have a break through the year, do something. I was doing a couple of guest appearances, so I thought I'd do Jim's show.
Yeah.
Do Jim's show, pick a little bit of prize money up, do the Pro-Am at the end of the year. And I was only beat once at the Pro-Am by Gary Lister, and it was because I was complacent.
So your condition wasn't on
my
point?
condition wasn't on point. I'd gone full and big, and Gary turned up ripped to bits.
Gary does, doesn't he? As Gary does.
That's him, condition. You know. But I knew he couldn't beat me on like proportion and symmetry.
Yeah.
He didn't have my legs and my symmetry in proportion. So I knew all I had to do was get the condition. There was no way he was going to beat us at the Universe at the end of the year. So I think I put him on a false high.
Yeah.
He really thought I'd beat Eddy, and so
I
thought I'll go for by the end of the year I'm going to turn up right. And I took the Universe again the second year. I don't think he did me third one.
Did you do them on the bout? Because it's fair to say you hold the title, don't you, of the most Pro Universe titles, and that's 5. So that was fun.
I did 97, 98, 99, and 2000. 2000, I matched the record held by Kawak.
Oh, Ed Kawak, yeah.
And Arnold, they all hold 4 titles. Maybe it's 2 amateurs and 2 pros.
Right.
Or 1 amateur, 3 pros.
Right.
They both got 4 titles. I think Claremont's got 4 as well. I think he's got 2 amateur and 2 pros.
I think Charlie has actually, yeah.
But I thought, like, well, all I can do is come back and try and get a 5th one. You know, if I get a 5th one, then I've hold the record. Then I've done it. Then you start losing a bit of passion then, because there's no big money in it, and you spend a lot of money getting ready for shows, and it costing your family a lot of problems. You know, not being able to go away on holiday and. Yeah. So I decided I'll have a go at the 5th one. If I get the 5th one, I'll pull out, I'll retire.
Yeah, and that was it.
And that was it, got the 5th one, retired from bodybuilding, and then got the bug to do a bit of strongman.
The bodybuilding career comes to a major finale. I mean, a great way to bow out. So what triggered you then to go into the strongman?
I never wanted to carry on with the bodybuilding as such, you know what I mean? I never wanted to. But I always felt as though there was something there from the strongman, but I think I left it too late, really. I was like mid-30s, you know, and I was starting to do something which I wasn't really sure on. Yeah. So I didn't have any of the equipment or stuff to train on. All I was a strong bodybuilder.
Let's just get to put it in context, because a lot of people train all over today, and you know, it's fair to say we don't really see the poundages being pulled, I mean, properly, like what we've been talking about today. And that. Run us through your squat, your deadlift, and your best bench press.
Well, my deadlift, I think I told you earlier on, I'd done a 410 deadlift, 410 kilo deadlift, without a power suit and just a normal bar, no sprung bar, just a normal bar, pulled off the floor. Squat.
That's 900 pounds. Is it? 900 pound. Wow.
And that was like you say, I didn't have a power suit, and like when I found out what power suits could do for you, I probably could have been adding another 50 pound to that.
Yeah.
You know, my bench press, I think the most I ever did on the bar was 290 kilo, and it was at an exhibition. I'd done a bodybuilding thing.
So we're over 600 pound, eh?
Yeah. I probably was capable of more. I was just always frightened of tearing my pecs. Actually, I did 3 reps with that because there wasn't enough weight at the exhibition.
3 reps with 290 kilo?
Yeah. Because there wasn't enough weight at the exhibition.
Wow.
I just took enough weight for us to beat what I'd done previously.
Yeah.
And I thought, I feel strong today, and I ended up doing 3 reps with it.
Like you do.
But like in the gym, like you say, I used to challenge myself how many reps I could do with 4 plates, and the most I ever did was 20. I could always do 15 or 16, but like 20 reps was my best.
So what was your first, where did you actually do your first strongman event then?
I did my first strongman event at Gateshead, and it was a qualifier for Britain's Strongest Man, and I'd done it on hardly any training.
Yeah.
And then getting second and qualifying for Britain's Strongest Man.
Right.
But I'd never done any stones before, so when I went to Britain's Strongest Man, I ended up tearing my bicep on the stones, on the 3rd stone. As much as I was strong enough to pick them up, I wasn't picking them up correctly.
Right.
And lifted it with my bicep rather than my back.
Yeah.
And tore my bicep, so it put us out of the competition. But at the time of the competition, I was leading. I'd won my heat. I was leading my heat. I'd won 3 events in my heat. The guy who was going second in my heat ends up winning the final.
Right.
Mark Iliff.
It's a notorious, shall we say, pursuit, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
strongman, injury after injury.
It's because everything's cool. You can come into the gym and you can warm up and you can train and you can do everything methodical, warm up with your 15 reps and drop weight as you're getting stronger. Yeah. But with strongman, you go doing everything cold.
Yeah.
You know, and that you are going to get injury. It's
So,
unfortunate.
how long did you actually continue? Did that put you out of the game then?
No, because after that event, it's crazy because I tore my bicep, but after that event, I had 6 weeks to get ready for another strongman show in Canada. And it was a team event, so I thought, I'll do that because it's like each other helping each other out.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I got to Canada, it was like 5 in each team. I went with Gregor Edmonds and a few other guys, you know. There was 5 in each team, and there was, I think, 6 in each team and 5 teams from around the world. So anyway, we gets there, and what it was is you had to do every event individually.
Right.
And your team event, numbers was counted on how many you did in each.
Right.
Each person did in each event. So we ended up winning the team event, and I ended up winning the overall competition because I had the most points. Right. So after 6 weeks of tearing a bicep, I went to like Canada and won a competition there in Winnipeg.
Yeah, there was something, wasn't there?
There was always something.
What gave you the most buzz then? I mean, you from boxing to bodybuilding to strongman.
All different.
Yeah.
Every one of them is different. Every one of them is different crack. You know, the different camaraderie amongst different people.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding's more serious.
Yeah.
Strongman's more light-hearted, even though the training's serious.
Yeah.
Boxing's totally serious. You know,
yeah.
It's like
it's hit or be hitting it.
Yeah. So yeah, you get a buzz off all of them in different ways.
So at what point? So now we're here now as in your gym, the Xtreme Fitness. When did you actually open Xtreme Fitness up?
4 years ago. I had another facility, and I was renting the facility. It was a big facility, and it was costing me a lot of money to rent.
Right.
And this piece of land here came up for sale, and I just thought, I'm going to put some plans in, see if I can get planning permission. If I can get planning permission, I'll buy the land and build this facility.
Right.
And I built it on a shoestring, really. It was like make or break,
Right.
I basically ploughed everything I had into it.
Yeah.
I built 2 other units next door as the printers and up over as a dance school.
So all this industrial section you've bought and built?
Yeah, so the other 2 units basically pay the mortgage on this.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, obviously being a huge man, a big man, very powerful, you was involved in the security game though, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I can't really see
you
it
can't
so
see
much.
it. Can't you? I'm just saying, though, you used to run the door. He had the door.
We had 150 guys work for us at one time.
Yeah.
I had a partner, Denny Hoyle from Stockton.
Yeah.
And I was firm but fair.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's all we can say really on that, isn't it? Yeah, but no, but it's nice that,
My father
just say he's a gentleman giant. That's how I would put it.
My father always brought us up to never be bullied, but never bully anybody either.
Yeah.
You know, so with them morals, I was firm but fair. You know, I didn't let anybody take the mickey. You know, but I always put people in their place.
Now, what advice and well, not so much. We'll come back to the advice, but how was your training for bodybuilding and that? I mean, what was your philosophy?
I didn't struggle. Like I said to you, I had weaknesses. My arms were weak. I had to think of ways to bring them up.
Yeah.
And I'd always looked at why my muscles weren't working or what was wrong in an exercise.
Yeah.
And I could hone in on why it wasn't working or how it wasn't working or what to do with it. So I basically had to break my whole physique down, where I was strong,
Yep.
what needed strengthening up, what needed not so much work, to try and bring my physique into balance.
Yeah.
So we know a muscle needs 72 hours rest to recover. We know a muscle shouldn't be overtrained. We know we've got fast and slow twitch muscle fibers, but different proportions in each different individual. That's what makes different athletes,
Yep.
sprinters and long distance runners, because they've got different muscle proportions. So what I decided was, I don't know how many fast twitch or slow twitch I have, so I'm going to devise a routine that would suit the majority of people and hopefully suit my training. So my legs were trained heavy on a Monday, and I trained light shoulders, which were just pumping. So I trained, they didn't interfere with each other, because obviously your legs are down there, your shoulders are up there, and they're not really interfering with each other. Day 2, I'd train my chest heavy, and I'd pump my biceps. So just a light bicep workout or a heavy chest workout. So it was a push and a pull. So again, I wasn't overtraining 2 muscle groups.
Right.
Day 3, I'd train heavy back and pump my triceps. So it was a light tricep workout. And again, a pull and a push. So I wasn't overtraining them. And then I would have a rest day and turn it around its other way.
So it was like basically each body part was being trained twice a week. But obviously one was heavy, one session was heavy,
so then
and
I'd
one was
turn
light.
around, so I would train heavy shoulders, pump my legs. Next day it would be heavy bicep, pump my chest, heavy tricep, pump me back. So in a full 7 days, I'd done each muscle group twice, one heavy, one light.
But really, Eddie's missing a trick here, because everyone's coming out with these fandangled training systems, but you've been doing that for how long? You should be putting it out there online and selling
it's out now, isn't it? Well, it's what worked for me. It's the same as like my diet. People were saying, well, how did you diet? And
I was going to come on to that. So
I'd basically, you know, like, I've tried everything, the egg whites, the cardio, the everything else. And again, I started breaking things down. And I found that too much aerobic work flattens you off, makes you soft, and just makes you lifeless, really.
Do you find that made you, that's how it was for you, do you think?
Basically, I got away with 30 or 40 minutes of aerobic work every other day.
Right.
And if you're doing it intensely, it stimulates your metabolism for 48 hours anyway. So 30 or 40 minutes every other day. Me food intake, I had to work on maybe 35% protein, 55% carbs, and 10% fats. So my carbs was somewhere near per pound of body weight. You know, so my carbs was somewhere near 700 grams of carbs a day. My protein was somewhere near 350 grams of carbs, protein a day. Because my fats were as low as 50.
And it's really interesting because, I mean, at that time, your body weight was what, 20?
I competed my last universe at 20 and a half stone.
20 and a half stone.
And so, you know, it was a doddle getting in shape. My last 3-year competition, doing that training routine and following that type of diet, it was the easiest time of my career and the best I ever looked.
And yet you're hearing of people who are nowhere near carrying that muscle mass, the same, that the body weight's nowhere near as that, and they're putting in 500-600 grams of protein a day.
Yeah, it's crazy because your kidneys can't handle that. You know, it's like you're not going to assimilate all that protein.
Inefficient way of getting energy.
No, very inefficient. It's like taking high amounts of fats. I'd rather take the energy in carbohydrates and keep the muscle full. You know?
Well, that's what keeps it. Well, what is it? 3 parts.
It's a glycogen.
Yeah, glycogen is like 1 gram carb, 3 parts water, which causes muscle fullness.
And I think these guys they don't need to alter the calorific intake. They just need to alter the proportions of food. If, for say, somebody's taking 450 grams of protein, and only 100 grams of carbs and 150 grams of fat,
Swing it around.
then swing it around. Drop 150 grams of protein, which is 150 grams of carbs.
4 calories,
Drop
4 calories.
drop 100 grams of fats,
Yeah.
which is another 200 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
So there's 350
Yeah.
added to the 100, there's 450.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're not altering the calorific intake, you're just altering the proportions of food,
Yeah.
but you're getting a better, a better nutritional intake,
Yeah.
where you're getting the protein to repair and
Yeah.
grow, and you get the carbohydrates to keep you nice and full.
Basically, what we're saying then is and this is
Don't
it.
get us wrong, you
Yeah.
can't do that if you're fat.
No.
You can't go on high carbs if you're fat.
Yeah.
You need to get your body down and
Yeah.
your metabolic rate going
Yeah.
before you can start increasing your carbohydrate
Yeah.
intake.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think a good way of doing that is cycling carbs too, where
Yeah.
you can do, for instance, if I was on 700 grams of carbs, but I still had
Yeah.
fat to burn, well, that's what I'd calculate, but I still had fat to burn,
Yeah.
I would go 7, 5, 3,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And I would do a day on 7, day on 5, day on 3, day on 7, day on 5.
And your
day on
fats
3.
and your protein would stay the same. It would
fats
just
and
be
protein
the
just-
carbs
just
that would be
cycle the
simply
carbs
manipulated. Yeah.
to keep to
Yeah.
give the body that full and
Yes,
burn
a
the body
bit of a
fat.
shock tactic, and obviously keep.
And then
them-
once I'd gotten as lean as I could, 700 grams of carbs wasn't enough.
yeah, so then
you
you'd
know.
have to level everything off and then
And
keep
then
it
I
high.
had probably increased carb level even just
Yeah.
to keep the fullness and keep that condition.
Well, if you can think about it, how many calories really was that you would
I
need?
I
to
think
keep
I
you-
could get away with. I was probably utilising about 4,500 calories a day just
Yeah.
diet on.
Well, I think if you consider what we've discussed there, we could go on for hours and hours with this man. He really, truly is a gentleman and a legend of the sport, and it's been an absolute pleasure. So if any of you are up in Hartlepool, up here in sunny North East, well, it's quite sunny out there.
Today.
You know, today it is anyway. Please take a visit to Xtreme Fitness. Eddie's always here, real gentleman, lovely man. Thank you very much, Eddie, from all of us at Napa TV.
Thank you very much.
It's been an honour. Thank you very much.